Hi folks, wanted to review Module 2 with you. In Module 2 you're going to be focusing on digital citizenship, internet basics, safety, and searching. And this goes along with the ISTE-NET standard. The teacher will promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. So you are charged with understanding the local and global issues that surround the use of technology and digital culture, and that includes legal issues and ethical issues. You are to model the behavior as well as teach the correct behavior to your students as far as modeling or as far as digital citizenship. Specifically, you are to advocate, model, and teach safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology, including respect for copyright, intellectual property, and the appropriate documentation of sources. And you are to promote and model digital etiquette and responsible social interactions related to the use of technology information. And this has really become a hot topic in our society today because it's almost every day that you hear about some incident of digital bullying or some incident of students using technology inappropriately, such as sexting, or issues of plagiarism that arise in the schools because of the easy use and access of technology. So within this module, your focus is going to be on making sure that you know and understand the importance of becoming a good digital citizen yourself and ways that you can teach that with your students or to your students. You're going to begin by taking just a few little quizzes after you've watched the video, and these quizzes are for your own self-assessment. They are activating your prior knowledge, giving you some foundation for what the rest of the module is going to be about. Your first task involves a webinar, and if you haven't attended a webinar before, this webinar involves voice and a PowerPoint presentation. This particular webinar is archived, which means that it's already been shown. The good thing about that is you have immediate access to the materials such as the PowerPoint and the notes from the webinar. You're going to go to edweb.net, and we will be using additional models from edweb.net, a great free resource for teachers. Great way for you to think about getting professional development points once you move out into the professional field. This is a free service. Again, this is one reason I had you make sure you have the Gmail account so you can register these with your Gmail account. I've given you a little screenshot of what it's going to look like when you go to the link that is there and what you will need to do. I do suggest that you go ahead and download the presentation slides so you can have those to take notes on as you move through. This gentleman is really going to do a big focus on the Google search tools and how to use the Google search tools. So again, I would download those search slides, make sure that you take notes as you go through. At the end of the webinar, you can come back to this little page and you will take the CE quiz. That's a 5 or 6 question quiz about the presentation. And after you've taken the quiz, you will be taken to a certificate to show that you have completed this particular module. Make sure that you download and save this certificate because you're going to attach the certificate to your web page. Task 2 again is working a little bit more on making sure you have good searching skills. Having good search skills is very important because it saves you so much time if you know how to use your search tool. This is another focus on the Google search bar. If you can use Google, most of the other major search tools have many of these same features. So you're going to move through this module, online module sponsored by Google, and complete this training. And then after that, I want you to go to your website, and on your search page or your web page labeled searching, I would like for you to, in a paragraph, 4 to 5 sentences, please explain why it's important to know about and to teach good search skills. And I would hope that you would tie that into the ISTE NETs and the 21st century learning skills, so that I can sort of see that thread happening through there. I would like for you to list 4 tips that you think you need to teach students. And that's your opinion. Which ones do you think would be the most valuable for teaching students? For most of you, that's going to be at an elementary level. Then I would like for you to identify and review 2 search tools for teachers. What tools would you use to search for content information for activities? And they do provide some in these 2 presentations that you will have seen already. The next task is focusing on child-friendly search sites, and this information will be added also on that search page. And I've asked you to use some search terms to practice with and just play around with. Kids Click for Kids by Librarians is one of the kids search tools, so you may not even have been aware that there are search tools that are designed specifically for students. Then there are 4 more safe search engines that are at the educatorstechnology.com site that is listed here. As you're looking at these sites, here are some things that you need to think about. When you search for dogs and popsicles on these different sites, what were some of the things that you noted? Did you always come up with the same number of hits for each one? Did one site offer you more kid-friendly information? Did the site you use provide you with reading level? Would that be important to know the reading level of sites before your kids went to them? Were you able to search for more than text? So in other words, were you able to search for images or sounds using a particular search tool? So as you go through and look at each of these 5 tools, Kids Click for Kids, and then the other 4 that are listed on the Educator's Technology site, think about these questions. And then I would like for you to go to your web page, back to searching, and add a link to each of these 5 sites, and as well as a brief description for each of these 5 sites. And again, remember, you're creating this for your toolbox, so you're going to have this for the future. Copyright is the next focus, and there's so much about copyright out there, and I tried to find something that took it down and narrowed it down to just the most important things that you needed to know. There's a module called Copyright from Educators that you're going to create, or excuse me, going to go through. I believe this is a total of 3 different videos that you will watch. And then they also have to go along with that a nice little summary sheet that I think you need to download and hold on to, because this would be great for your toolbox later on. There's not a copyright quiz, so I'm going to take that out. I don't know how I left that in there. And then you're going to, on your copyright web page, I would like for you to find copyright, define fair use, Give 5 general rules. What are the 5 things that you feel like all educators need to know? Think of it that way. And then I would like for you to add that PDF that you downloaded. All right, add that to the bottom of your page on copyright. Down where it says add files, you can upload that particular document. The last task in this module involves digital citizenship and online safety and cyberbullying. There are multiple websites out there about digital citizenship and online safety. And I have 2 of those resources. Actually, there's 3 resources listed there. These are probably 3 of the very best resources that are out there. So I would like for you to visit each one of those, look at the variety of resources. Look to see, are there resources for teachers? Are there resources for students? Are there resources for parents? Resources for teachers, do they have lesson plans? Do they have videos? Do they have books to read? What's there for you as a teacher? And then if your students were in the computer lab and working on internet safety, would there be activities, games that your students could complete working on these websites on their own? After you've investigated these, I would like for you to go to the webpage Digital Citizenship. And if you don't have one labeled Digital Citizenship, you know how to create one with the plus sign up at the top of your page. Define digital citizenship and state the ISTE nets for students that encompass digital citizenship. Determine the 5 things again. What are going to be your 5 rules in your classroom for students to be allowed online? What 5 safety rules are they going to have to follow? You have safety rules when they go outside to play. You have safety rules when you go on a field trip. They need safety rules also for their online explorations. I would like for you to find 2 lesson plans for teaching digital safety to students, and include the title of the plan and the age level or grade level for the plan, and then a link to that plan. And these are 2 that you think would be good for a grade that you would like to teach. And then I would like for you to find 1 YouTube video for your students about digital safety or citizenship. And I want you to insert this video, and I've given you some direction there. You can insert the video from YouTube just by going up to Insert and then finding YouTube, and you'll paste the link in. And your video, when you publish that page, your video will show. So, my dog's barking here, so I think that it's time that I stop. Please let me know if you have questions or concerns. Take care.